Good morning and happy Friday. This is Mark Bruno, editor-in-chief of the Cannata Report. Before we bring Frank out for Fridays with Frank, I just want to remind everyone to please like, subscribe. If you have a topic you'd like us to consider, shoot us a comment.
We've had, particularly these last couple of years, we've had quite a few distribution organizations on Fridays with Frank. And the interesting thing to me, they all had look, not because you're sitting there, you all have a very legitimate story to talk about. Because if you can find ways to do with the things that you're saying, that really costs the dealer nothing, except improve his profitability. What is wrong with that?
Yeah, well, it's a great scenario, and the one thing, of course, that comes into play whenever you hear aftermarket, and that's why we call ours OEM equivalent, because the important thing for the dealer is, does this work? It's great to have savings, but it's got to work. And with us, we have 100,000 square foot R&D center, and development center and QC center and so forth that takes place. And we have $15 million worth of test equipment. So we don't put anything out in the market unless it is OEM equivalent, has been tested with the OEMs, and it's up and down compatible. So one of the other savings areas is, if you look at color, there used to be that you couldn't put a aftermarket color in where there's three other OEMs in that equation. With us, you can, if you've got a yellow, you can put it into it with OEM black and magenta and cyans, and it works perfect. So we test everything with the OEMs in mind, and again, it's a savings, so they don't have to take out the three other colors to put one color in, and so forth. So it mixes and matches perfectly now. So again, additional efficiencies and savings for the dealer.
One of the areas that we see developing now, and developing very strongly, is in industrial production print and production print. Do you specifically get into those areas to work with dealers?
Yeah, that's a great question. And we're starting to have this discussion. Traditionally, we never ventured into the production print area, and we left that strictly OEM. But we are having some internal discussions on whether that's an area that we should now jump into, for the same reasons we've jumped into all the other areas over time. But no, right now, I would say light production, we play a little bit there, but beyond that, no. So and even there, we're not probably full in terms of every OEM and so forth. But it is an area. That's a great question that we're looking into right now.
Well, I can tell you that there's two major manufacturers that have released I don't want to use your airtime to talk about them, but that have released products or about to release products that are very, very interesting in industrial production print as well as production print. So my feeling is, if they can find partners like Katun to help them improve their margin, that can go a long way to solving a lot of the cost for the entering in a new product area like that.
Yeah, I agree. And the interesting part, if you get underneath the cover, so to speak, many of the producers of toner are the same producers that do the aftermarket toner for us. They produce for the OEMs as well. And so for us to get into the production area, that area, you want really precise color and so forth. And so we have to make it really exact. And again, it's an area we're starting to explore, because we agree. I think there's substantial savings, and plus, when they're running those, they're running a lot of pages, and so if a dealer can utilize something that saves them money in that area, it's an exponential savings based on the amount of clicks that are going on there. So, yeah.
That's good to hear because we feel very strongly that the best opportunity for dealers today in terms of diversity is production print.
Yeah.
It's it's just a natural segue into, instead of concentrating on the office, you're concentrating on different customers, a different type of customer. And then, of course, with the industrial side, my God, the things that they're doing are incredible. So to me, with all this talk about dealers and needing to diversify, and we wholeheartedly agree, that has to be an area that should be explored to the fullest. And to have partners like Katun who will help, that's a home run.
Yeah, and I can't divulge a certain name, but we're in discussions with unique discussions with some very well-known manufacturers in that area right now, and some strategic things that we're discussing. So we know it's a good area, and we know we need to participate in it, but we're I would just call it early stages right now, but I think it's an area that we're going to pursue pretty heavily.